All right, we'll go ahead and get started. So hello everyone, my name is Cam. I'm one of this on the sales team here with RunSignup and TicketSignup. And this is Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'll let you say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm an account manager here at RunSignup and TicketSignup.
Awesome, and thank you guys so much for joining us for the email marketing webinar today. So we've got a lot of things we're going to cover. We'll just really quickly go over a quick agenda so you kind of know what to expect for today. So today's afternoon, we're going to go through free email marketing. We're going to talk about what is an organizational email, who can use our organizational email marketing tools, how to use those tools, and then we'll get to see it in action at the end. So RunSignup, TicketSignup, we've helped people raise, just a little bit about us, we've helped people raise over $1.4 billion since 2010. We have over 26,000 events across the country using our platform as of March of 2022. Our goal is to make free and easy technology for small businesses and nonprofits to help them generate more revenue and grow their events and engage with their attendees. And we create free and easy to use event software that you can fully control and fully customize there. So moving on, just a little bit about our email marketing. So we have had over 421 million emails sent by race directors in 2022. So that's a 13% resulted from RunSignup emails in 2022 from transactions. And then in 2022, 9% of registrations came from an email from that particular race. So a lot of emails being sent out, a lot of things pushing around through the system, just to give you a little bit of insight about what our platform is capable of. So investing in free email marketing, we talked about how many were sent out, but many customers still pay for expensive email marketing platforms like Constant Contact, MailChimp. So we really want to discuss how can we help customers save money, centralize those contacts, and improve their overall email marketing strategies. So just kind of moving on, you'll see here that a couple of examples of some emails that we've kind of mocked up for you. We have emails available for tickets and registration, tailored for all of your different needs. So whether you have your contacts in your event, in the actual event itself, we can send per event emails. You can send unlimited emails. There's no limit to how many you can send out throughout the year. There's unlimited contacts that you can put in there. We can even use data replacement tags to put their names and some other different points of contact for them. You can create beautiful emails as you see here with our templates, or if you're more inclined, you can actually design your own if you'd like to, and we're going to show you how that's done later. And then of course you can personalize those emails with different custom data tags like how much you've fundraised so far, or how long until the next price increase occurs, or anything like that. So just talking about the organization email marketing. So what is an organizational email, and what does that particular tool include for you? So organizational email marketing, you can see here just an example. It still includes all the different tools and features that you have, like that you get to see in the event email or the registration email, but this is going to be allowed to go across all of your different events. So you can see here, you've got all of your list, all of your events listed out for you. You can include or exclude the various different events that you want to have for this particular email campaign, and really gives you one centralized location that you can then broadcast your message out to multiple events and all of your supporters across your entire organization. So who can use our organizational emails? Everyone from existing customers to new customers. We're going to talk a little bit about what kind of the differences you would see between them. There's not much, it's just really a data point difference between the two. So existing customers, you can send to all of your contacts and custom contacts that you add into the system across all of your events, cross-promoting events, sending out newsletters, any sort of regular communication that you want to have with your supporters. You can do that right from our system, and you'll have all of your events listed out for each one that you have some sort of director ownership for. You'll be able to see those and then mark it out to them. You'll see there the email dashboard. It's going to include all the events that are part of your payment account that you link to. So as long as they're a part of your network, you'll be able to send out to those contacts automatically. And of course, you'll be able to upload other custom lists that are maybe external from our system already. New customers, if you're not ready to create your event, As long as you plan on processing transactions within the next 6 months, you can get started with our organizational emails and marketing tools. There's no system contacts in there, obviously, but you'll be able to upload all of your own contact material. And then as those registrations, as those ticket holders start to come in, you'll have them available to market out to as well. You can upload as many contacts as you want. There's no limit to that. There's also, remember, no limit to the amount of emails you send out. So it's a great tool and a great resource for you as you're just getting started in the system. So how to use the organizational email marketings. We're going to go through the wizard just briefly. You'll see a more full demonstration there at the end. We're going to go through the dashboard, the emails that can be sent out, basic information that you can add in, organization, how it looks for your organization, the payment account, and then how to get started with that creation. So here's just a few links that we have. There's lots of different ways you can get to the organizational email sites, but here's 3. We are going to be sending these templates out, or this deck out, so you will have access to that. And in that, we'll also include a link to the blog that I'm sure will go along with this, and you'll be able to click on those links to get right over to it. So step 1, just like any of our other features, when you go into to create that race, create your event, when you go in to create your organizational email, we're dropping you right into the wizard. You can see here some of the default information that we'll use for headers and footers. You'll of course be able to edit that information for each particular email that you send out afterwards. So don't feel like you're locked in. It's just a really good starting spot for you, and then you can always expand out from there. Step 2, you'll be able to go into your customer verification. You'll link to an existing payment account, or like I said, if you're a new customer, you'll go ahead and create that payment account. And a lot of people ask, why do we need a payment account to send out emails? And the reason is, there's a few reasons, but the main ones are for underwriting. We want to make sure that our email accounts and our email tools aren't being used to spam people, so we do need to check with that. Also, we need a way to link them to your current system contacts. And then because it is a free email for our customers and future customers, so there's no reason that we're going to be using that payment account for anything else other than linking those accounts together so that you have full and easy marketing to all of your participants and attendees. So just a real quick glimpse at the dashboard here. You can see some quick actions at the top, like send an email, create a list, right there, ready for you anytime you're ready to get started. You can see right below that, you'll see the linked payment account. That's just letting you know which payment account is being used to facilitate those system contacts. Now, if you have multiple payment accounts, you have some options there, but you would be able to change between them with different organizational websites, with different organizational emails, so that you can market out to those other events that might be using other payment accounts as well. Just some quick stats that you'll see below that. You'll see the amount of sent emails. You'll see the custom contacts that are already loaded into the system. And then you'll see any custom lists that you've created. So if you wanted to look at specifically events that happened in the past versus events coming up in the future, you can create custom lists that reflect that. Under email, you'll see it's the same as email v2 on your race dashboard or the email tools built into your ticket event dashboard. You'll be able to send emails. You can either do this from your events, or you can do it from the organizational emails like we're showing here. The confirm and edit from and reply, you'll be able to change the data and information that you're putting into that. So if you need to add any extra information, customize any of that information, you can do that. You'll be able to upload and manage custom lists right into the system. So once you've created those lists, feel free to upload them into your marketing. You'll be able to create and manage templates. So once you create a template, if you really fall in love with it, if you're like me and you like using the basic templates, those templates are going to be there for you, so you can keep sending other emails, kind of do A/B marketing, if you will, changing just a few things to make sure that the templates are doing the job you want them to do. You'll be able to view sent emails with easy options to copy and resend it. So like I said, if you do like that email, you can go ahead and redo it again and again and again, and make those little changes to make sure that your marketing efforts are going the right direction. And then you can always view into the email reports themselves. So in the email builder tool, you've got some options. You can use point and click to help build some beautiful websites here. Everything's very easy to use. I'm not a coder or an HTML guy, and I can use these very simply and make beautiful emails better than I could ever do on my own. You can set theme colors, you can set buttons up, custom call to action buttons, and then put some different highlights along throughout the entire text of the email. You can use our default header, or you can change it, or you can choose to hide it completely. I know there's been a lot of people who wanted to do that as well. So with the template options that are available, you can see the start from scratch. If you want to build your own template top to bottom, you're more than welcome to do that. If you're more like me and you want to start with some sort of template, you can use our pre-designed templates and then kind of customize those from there. Or if you'd like, you can use your own HTML, bring that over from any sources or email platforms you're currently using, copy and paste that in so that you have a similar, or you can kind of keep that look of continuity between your different email platforms that you have currently. The system contacts, you can see here that all the emails will be shown, all the contacts from events linked to that payment account. You can view your participants, you can view your attendees, and you can view your donors for those different events. So a really great way to keep in contact with those, either those high donors or those attendees and participants that tend to come out often to your events. You can encourage them to come out to other events, cross-market them, get them to be more involved with your organization. Here, just to see your participant list, you'll just click the advanced filters and then advanced event selection, and then you'll see lists for past events and upcoming events for your organization. So some of the system contacts here, the system lists come with default replacement tags. So you don't have to keep porting in that same data point over and over again. You can just use one of our replacement tags, slot that right into your email, and it will naturally pull that data from the system whenever it sends those out. So things like referral links, check-in links, QR codes, bib numbers, purchase summaries, etc. You name it, we probably have a replacement tag for it. And that just makes making the email look really good. It also allows you to personalize the email to each person that you're sending it to without having to go, Dear John, Dear Sarah, etc. Again, with the system contacts, you'll be able to have options to include and exclude different people from various lists. And if a system list isn't available yet, something like volunteers, club members, or fundraisers that's not currently available, you can download those reports or download those emails from any specific race or event that you have and upload them right into the custom list, and then you can still have them in one spot for all of your marketing needs. So that kind of rolls us into custom contacts. So you can upload unlimited lists with unlimited contacts into the system. You can have unlimited custom data fields. So as you see here, where you can see where you can upload all the contacts, you've got the emails, you've got their first name, last name. All of those are just little data points that we can pull over for replacement tags, making it very easy for you to send those emails. Options to include and exclude from custom lists, just as we talked about before. Quick search options so that you can just type in a quick email or type in someone's name and find that information. And it's perfect for existing and new customers because you may have email lists that exist outside of your events that you'd like to port in for things like newsletters or other marketing tools. It's a great way to bring in any email list that you have externally from RunSignup into one location so that you can manage it all from one spot. Sending emails is very simple. You can either send it immediately or you can schedule them out. If you're using a system list, the contacts will be automatically updated for scheduled emails. So if anything changes with regards to that person's name, or maybe you've got their registration information and the date changes, that's going to change automatically in the system. If it's a custom email, obviously you've just uploaded the email into our list. You'd have to go back in and make any changes to something like their name or the current email that they're using. You can select whether to send the email as a marketing or as a transactional. This just allows you to keep to separate things throughout your reports, also to allow for unsubscribers to unsubscribe from promotions, but not unsubscribe from important event info. And then you have the email draft that's feature that's coming up soon. That way you'll be able to kind of test those emails, see what they look like before they send out. You can see here the email reports. So as you can view these reports, you can see, we've got them separated out by day, which you can see the requests that were made, the delivered emails that were going out, how many opens you have, how many unique clicks you have from that. and then how many bounces. So if you do have any errored emails, you'll be able to see that there. And then if anything was listed or marked as spam, you'll be able to see that as well. Sent emails, so you'll be able to view all of your sent emails. Like we said before, you'll be able to easily resend that email. So if it's something like a confirmation email or a newsletter that someone says they didn't get, you can easily resend that out to people. You'll have a chance to change the recipients and the content of that email. So don't feel like it's going to blast it right out the exact same way. You'll have a moment to go in there and make a quick change or do any adjustments. So if you did want to resend a newsletter because you realized you said it was going to be March 15th, but it's actually going to be March 20th, you can make those changes. Basic info there. This is just information about your organization. So we recommend that you use an organization name that's similar to your payment account. That's just a quick little best practice for you. But it's used to customize the header and the footer of the emails. You can customize these per email, but when you're entering in your basic info, just kind of as a starting place, a starting point, that's where we recommend, but you can always go in and change those to maybe better match with the event or with the marketing email that you're sending out. As far as the organization, you can give team members access. So you have two levels of access, just like we do with a lot of things. You can give them full access, or you can limit the amount of information they can see. So things like taking off the financial, so they can't see any change of payment account or any information like that. With the payment account, again, we're going to use the payment account that you've linked to create in the wizard. That payment account determines which system contacts import into the email system itself. If you have multiple payment accounts, like we said, system contacts automatically update when you switch over to that other payment account. And then we make a create button right there. It makes it really easy if you've got an idea for a new event or you want to get started with that new event from this page. You just click on the create button, select which type of event it's going to be, and then that will drop you into the correct ticket or RunSignup registration wizard based on which option you choose right there. And now Elizabeth is going to take us through a quick demo.
All right. So I'm actually going to go over to my existing dashboard, but first I'm going to show you where you can create your own email marketing dashboard. So if I go to the TicketSignup website here or the RunSignup website, both of them have links to the organization email wizard that we showed some screenshots of. So if I go to email on runsignup.com, I'll see this email page. We have create a race button, and we also have create organization email. So if you're an existing customer or a new customer who's never used us before, either way, you can go here to create your first organization email dashboard. And then once you have your first one, you'll have that drop-down tab on your profile. So when I go here, I'll be able to actually see my email marketing and get to it that way. So same with TicketSignup, I can go to products and then email marketing and then hit create organization email right there. So I can go through this wizard and create my dashboard here. So as we mentioned, you can have multiple payment accounts and still use the same email dashboard over and over again. So if you are in that situation, you might want to do it that way. But you can also do it the other way where you have multiple email dashboards if you'd like to. So if I create this, it won't matter if I already have one set up on the system. I can have as many as I want with different names. So if you're using it for different purposes, like maybe you have a marketing use for it and then something that you're doing with your specific events that you want to use organization email for, we've made it really flexible so you can use it a lot of different ways. So I would enter my address. I'm just going to put in my zip code so it fills it in for me. And then we do ask for some basic information. So if you have an organization website, whether it's something that you've set up on our platform, like a race website, one of our organization websites, a ticket event, or your actual organization's website, like your nonprofit.com or your timingcompany.com, you can enter that here. This is just basic information that we're collecting for sales purposes. So then you'll check off on our contract, continue. And then this is where it'll get to where you can either create a new payment account or use an existing one. I'm going to use my existing payment account, but if I was going to create a new one, it would just take you into that payment account setup process right here. And it would go through the regular approval process. So once you have a payment account on our platform, you're able to link that to as many different events or races as you'd like to, and just use it over and over again. So it's sort of a one-time thing. And then you're able to keep using that payment account. So I'm just going to use my existing one that I already have. So now I can go into my dashboard. So here is my organization email dashboard. This one obviously don't really have any stats in here to show yet since I haven't sent anything. I'm actually going to go over to my existing one where I actually already have a template created and show you what it looks like there. So you'll notice here I'm on RunSignup.com. Before I created it on TicketSignup.io. It doesn't matter, it's all one platform. So any of these URLs will all go to your same email marketing dashboard that you have linked to your profile and to your payment account. So you can see here that I have an email template created, and this is actually what I'm going to use to show what creating an email looks like for you today. But I did want to point out that we have this template feature, and it's really useful for this type of thing because say you are an organization and you're going to start using this to send out your newsletters, or even if they're just like event update emails that you want to send out, or like, you know, your race is opening registration and you want to send out a blast to everybody who registered for one of your races last year. You can create templates for things like that and then just reuse those templates so that every time you want to send out an email, you don't have to reinvent the wheel and use the email builder to create a totally different email. You can just use one of your templates that you already have. You can even copy templates. So if you create one that you like and you want to make something similar but name it something else, use it for a different purpose, you're able to do that. So if I wanted to copy this newsletter template that I've already created, I would just click on copy right here. But I'm actually going to go into it just to show you how I built it, and then I'll show you how to send an email with it. So up here I have, this is what the header is that Cam was referring to. So if you don't want this, this just has the name of my organization and the logo that I put for my organization. So if I didn't want this in this email, I can click on the little settings button up here and disable the header so it doesn't show. It would look something like this. A lot of people are using this option, and when you have a picture right at the top like I do here, it's actually a pretty good option because you might not want your logo right at the top. But since this is a template, I'm going to keep it because I want to give myself some options when I go to send the real email. So I have an image right here. I used the content blocks over here on the right to build this email template. So I have some text, I have an image down here. I'm using this feature 1 content block, which has like the colorful background and a button on it. Again, this is a template, so I just have some basic text in here that I would fill in. This isn't for a newsletter, so obviously for each month of the newsletter, I'm going to have different things that I'm going to paste in when I actually go to send an email. So I just have some placeholder text in here that's talking about different fundraising projects for my nonprofit. Here I put a little divider. I think this makes your emails look really nice because it'll kind of visually break up that email, and you can do a colorful divider like this to sort of separate out different sections of a longer email like a newsletter. So down here I have a side-by-side content block. So I have an image over here. Something you might not know about the email builder is you can actually make this image clickable. So if I wanted to, I could put a custom URL here, and then when somebody clicked on this image, it would actually take them directly to wherever that URL is. So I could upload some graphics or something that would send people to my website or to a sign up page for one of my events, and actually make the image itself clickable. I actually have a button over here for find a volunteer opportunity. I think that looks pretty good because I have my image and then I have my text right beside it. If I was on my phone, this would actually stack. So I would have the image on top and then the text below it. I have another nice divider here. Over here on the left, I have another side-by-side, but I have some more text, another color, and then some more images over here. We have some other different types of content blocks. So we have this image group one. This one is useful if you have like maybe a bunch of sponsors that you want to show off. So you could add an image group and say you have 4 that you want to do. You could add that, and then it'll actually let you upload 4 different images and have them show side by side like sponsors, and then you could add as many of those as you wanted if you wanted to do a sponsor section. I don't have this for this email because I don't really have a need for that, but that's another nice content block that we offer, and we're going to keep coming up with new ones. So if there's something that you like on maybe a different email platform that you're using, we might be able to add something similar over time so that you have different options when you're building those emails. So now I'm back out here on my email templates page, and I'm going to actually go to send this. So I can do this one of 2 ways. I can go to send email right here, or I can click on send email over here, and it's going to take me directly into the email sending page where I can select my recipients. And then when I go down here, I'll be able to go to my saved templates and select the one that I want to use. So you have 2 different options there. So I'm not actually going to update this text for real because that's a little bit boring to watch. So just pretend that I've put in some updated information for my newsletter. And I'm going to go back out here and select my recipients. So normally I would say select your recipients first before you build your email, because if you are going to use any replacement tags like first name, or if you're putting in something like their registration information, you want to have that participant list linked to the email before you build it so that those replacement tags will show up. But since I'm just sending out a marketing, like a newsletter email, I'm not using any replacement tags in that. So it's fine to go back and just select my recipients now. So I'm going to select these ticket purchasers from some of my test events. I'm probably going to send this to pretty much everybody, so I'm just going to select all these people here. You'll notice that actually there's a couple different lists for each event. So here I have ticket purchasers and ticket holders. Those are slightly different lists in some cases, because in some events you might be collecting email for each person who's coming to the event, and in other events you might just be collecting the email of the person who's buying the tickets. So I could buy 5 tickets, but they're all under my email address. So we do give you that option to just email one of those or the other. Depending on the settings of that event, it might not really matter, but we do have it here. And then like Cam showed, if I want to email some of my races, I'm going to go over here to advanced event selection and then pick my race that's coming up here. And I'll do this one too, why not? You can also see some past events. If you use this, it'll kind of sort them by past events, and I'll be able to select those as well. So I'm going to save that. It'll show all the lists that I'm sending to up here at the top. And then in a later step, you'll see where it'll show the actual number of recipients it's going to send to. I'm going to call it newsletter is my subject. It's not a very good subject. Let's do, I think this was the September newsletter. So let's do September newsletter. Review. This is a marketing email because, again, I'm not using any replacement tags. I'm not contacting people about an event that they've already signed up for. I'm just sending out like a marketing blast with my newsletter. So over here, it's showing that I have 29 total estimated recipients across all these lists. This is kind of an estimate because it could depend on if there's duplicates and stuff in the list when it actually goes to send, but it's generally pretty accurate from what I've seen. Again, it just depends on the way you've structured your events and what information you're collecting. So here I can schedule a send, or I can send it immediately. So this is my September newsletter, so I'm going to schedule it to go to myself on September 1st at 9 a.m. And I can preview what my email will look like down here. So this is really nice because it'll show you what the email is going to look like. Obviously, you can see that when you're building it, but this will show you what it will actually look like on somebody's desktop or on their phone. So like I was mentioning, it kind of stacks on your phone. So this preview will show you what that will look like. So if you were looking at this and you saw something that you wanted to change, it's not too late. You can go up here to edit email, go back, make your changes. So that's a great time to review, make sure you don't have any typos or that your images are all looking good. So once I'm happy with it, I can send email down here and it'll actually schedule it to send. I did want to point out that we do have this send test email here. This will work for something like what I have here because I'm not using any replacement tags. It's not personalized at all. If it was an email that I had personalized some, like if I had put in that first name replacement tag, it would send a test email, but it wouldn't fill in any data for that. So if you're trying to test your replacement tags, that's not what this will do. You would want to actually send yourself, like create a list for just yourself and send yourself that email that way, so that you could test those replacement tags. But for what I have here, which is just a basic marketing email with no personalization, that'll work beautifully. So I could do that, but I feel pretty confident. So I'm going to hit send email later, and it's going to be scheduled. Now, if I really needed to change this before it sends out, I will have the ability to do that. I could cancel it, edit it, reschedule it. So it's there in case I need to make any changes, but it will just go out on its own on September 1st now. If I go over to my sent emails list, I can see it here. And the nice thing about this is that, I mean, this one hasn't sent, obviously, but if I wanted to, if it had sent, or even before it sends, if I wanted to, I could resend this email. So say I wanted to schedule it to go out to another set of people with some slight changes, I could hit resend here, and it'll take me right back in to that email, and I could change the list that it was going to. I could change some content and schedule it again. So it's really easy to do like mass emails, or if you're doing multiple versions of a similar type of email with this, we make that really easy because we understand that you're an organization, you're trying to do different things, reach out to different groups of people. Maybe you're sending one version of the email to your race participants and another version to people who signed up for a certain specific event last fall, but you're trying to reach them with the same message. So we try to make that really easy with options like this resend here. I have my reports here, which Cam showed. I'm not going to have a lot since this is my first email, but this is where I would go if I wanted to look at the delivery rates, the open rates. You can see your click rate for by day in this case. So I could look at how that email does when it sends. And then if I needed to make any changes to how my email settings show, so like the name that shows in my inbox when I receive the email, I would go up here to email settings, and I could change the from name and the reply to name here to be whatever I wanted it to show. So if you wanted that to change, like you wanted it to say the name of a certain event for one email, and then you wanted to change it to your organization name for another email, you would just go back up here and make that change each time you're going to send an email. So again, trying to give you a lot of flexible options to make it easy to use this, but also to make it pretty adaptable to whatever you're using it for. Last thing I'll show real quick is the custom lists. So I have a list here that I don't think I have any recipients on yet. I just created the shell of the list. So we make it really easy to upload your lists from other platforms, or if you just have lists from one of your races or one of your events that you're using us for that we don't have like a system list for yet, so like your volunteers, you can use custom lists to get that data into your organization dashboard so that you can email those people. So you would just want to go into your race, download that list as a CSV. Let's just say it was a volunteers list. Then you would go here to add a new list, call it volunteers 2022 or whatever it would be. Add new contacts, and then you can do it one by one, although I don't really recommend doing it that way. Or you can upload a CSV. So then you just upload that CSV. When you do that, you need an email address column, obviously. We also recommend having first name and last name in there, but that's it. You don't have to include anything else. So you can just upload a bunch of emails if you have that, and that's all you have. But if you do have more data points, you can actually create replacement tags out of them. So an example is for volunteers, if you have the tasks that they signed up for and you were uploading them here, you could create a column in that CSV that you're going to upload for their task, which you would have if you had downloaded it from our system anyway. And then when you upload it here, you're actually able to make that task into a replacement tag so that when you go to email those people, you'll be able to select that replacement tag and actually insert what task they signed up for into the email they receive from your organization email dashboard. So we make it, again, we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to use this for as much as you can, so that you can centralize your email communications to your events, to your supporters, whatever type of organization you have. We want to help you centralize this. One other thing I would like to point out is that this is based on the payment account. So it's going to pull in the events that are associated with the payment account you're using. So I'm using my payment account here. So any events that I have on this payment account are going to show. But if I had other events that weren't on this payment account, I would need to either put in the payment account that they were attached to if I wanted to email them, so switch it out, or create another dashboard for that other payment account so that I could reach those people. So that is kind of, that's how we pull in the events. So you're going to want to be aware of like what events are on your payment account and have access to your payment account when you create this, because that is the basis of this. All right, let's, I'll go back to our slideshow, but I think we don't have any more slides. I think we're just going to go right into questions if we have any questions.
Danielle, do you know if we had any questions?
Yes, we do. Sorry, I had myself on mute. So let's start off over here with, this is from Julia. Will automated emails be coming in the future? For example, an automated email on birthdays or anniversaries, or auto resend to unopened emails?
Yeah, so we are going to eventually add some automated emails to organization email. It won't be in the super short term, but eventually. I think it would be mostly the types of automated emails that we have on events at first. So on races and ticket events, we have registration follow-up emails, we have price increase emails. So those types of emails would probably come first, and then we would probably get into something like, you know, a birthday email that you could set up. That would be a little bit more complicated because you would have to make sure that the list that you're sending to, you would have the data behind it. So you'd have to have people's birthdays in order to send them an automated birthday notification. But I think eventually it would get to the point where you would be able to schedule that at least to go out like once a year or something for a certain list or whatever.
Yeah, I think
So,
in the short term,
yes,
if you wanted to
but
build
maybe
something
not
like that,
specifically those ones.
right. I think
Sorry,
in the
what
short
did
term,
you
if
say?
you want to build something like that, you could do custom lists per month. I think people appreciate a birthday email, just getting it in the month of their birthday. And so you could add each person into their respective months, and then just have a automated or a scheduled email to go out on the 1st or 3rd of each of those months, wishing them a happy birthday or happy anniversary, etc.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and this next question, I know we've probably touched this in here, but if anybody trickled in and missed this, I wanted to call this one out because this is an exciting response for this one. With the email list, is there a maximum number of contacts, maximum number of emails that can be sent out a day, month, etc.?
Nope.
There's not unlimited.
So you can have unlimited. I guess, I mean, there is a limit on how many you can upload at a time, but you can do as many uploads as you want. I think it's 100,000 contacts can be uploaded at once, just because like that's how many we can process. Most people aren't uploading 100,000 contacts anyway. But if you are, and you say you had 200,000, you would just do 2 uploads of 100,000, but it's unlimited how many you can use.
Okay. And we have a few more here that I think we still have some time to go through, so I'll keep reading out. Are there additional fees for using the organization email dashboard?
No, no cost to this at all.
Okay. And then let's see. Okay, this is from somebody who trickled in a little bit later, but they have a question on how do I add email to our organization website?
That's a good question. So they're very similar features, but they are separate. So you would have to create your organization website and your organization email separately. So like I showed at the beginning, if you go to RunSignup.com, sorry, it's not the page. If you go to RunSignup.com, if you go to websites here, set up your organization website will take you into the organization website wizard. But if you go to email, set up your organization email will take you into the email dashboard. So they're two separate wizards, two separate dashboards. You can have them for the same organization, but they're going to be separate for you. So on my profile, for example, I have my organization websites and my email marketing, and I can go into my organization website just like I would go into my race separately from my email dashboard.
Okay, and then I have one more here. And it says, will V2 marketing continue as an option in addition to this new organization email?
Yes, so we're gonna always have, I think the question is like, will we always have email within the events, the event dashboards, as well as this organization? And the answer to that is yes. So the organization email is just an additional product that we're offering if that's useful for you. But since all of our customers are events, we are always going to offer free email in your event dashboard as well. That will just work for that event.
Okay, I'm going to read one more. Some of the ones that we have also gotten in are a little bit more catered to their specific instance. So if you don't hear us read out some of your questions, we're going to reach back out to you and get that answered. But I will read out just a few more here. All right, so what's the benefit of separating the email from race sign up or the organization email?
So Cam, do you want to take that one? I'm not sure if I understand the question.
Yeah, so in the event itself, you may have things like confirmation emails, notification. You might need to send something like a race that parking lot, the green parking lot is going to be closed down because of construction. So everyone from green now needs to go to the blue parking lot. Whatever sort of email notifications you need to send for participants and volunteers that are part of that specific event. Whereas with the organizational emails, you can use it more as a overall marketing. I like to say let that race or that ticket event email be your targeted, the tip of the spear, if you will. Whereas this organizational email site can be more of your kind of catch-all. I'm going to include some participants in there. I'm going to include my registrants in there, my ticket holders, my ticket purchasers. I'm going to include those, but I'm also going to add in some other custom lists that I might have that have done a completely separate event, but they also were a large donor, and we'd love to have them be a part of this event as well. Or they were part of our golf tournament. Now let's have them come out to our festival. They were part of our festival. Let's have them join in with our 5K. So it really gives you that cross-marketing approach versus having that very targeted specific, I'm just going to email you about this 5K or just email you about this festival we're having. So I hope that answers your question.
Awesome. Okay, and then one more. When you upload lists, does the system scrub the file for duplicates?
So for a custom list, if you're uploading, say, a file that has four entries of the same email address, I think it'll scrub for duplicates in that, like, when you go to email that list, it's only going to recognize one contact for each entry of that email address, if that makes sense. So yes, I think so. But when you do use our email system, we give you options for deduplication here. So you'll also want to pay attention to that. So for example, if I'm emailing a race, say everybody in a race, I want to make sure that I'm emailing, say I'm emailing out their information for race day. So I'm sending out their QR code they need for check-in and their bib number. If I do that, I want to make sure I'm emailing out everybody in the race, even if they have the same email address as somebody else, like if a family signed up together. So I would use this deduplication option where it's actually deduplicating on the name. So I could send out 4 emails to the same address because they have different names associated. So they would all get their own unique copy of that email. So yes to the upload a custom list dedupe, but we do kind of leave it open to interpretation for when you're actually sending out your email, how you want it to work.
Awesome. Alrighty. So I think the rest, we will have somebody reach out to some of these more specific questions. I know some people are saying, they They have some things that they're trying to work on. They're trying to get some emails out. So somebody from our team will reach out to you guys. And if we don't have any other general questions that we can answer here today, thank you everybody so much for joining. Thank you, Elizabeth and Cam. This was great. And we will be talking to you guys soon.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.